What's going on, everybody? Jeremy with Detroit Tech. How much would you pay for a smart home? I mean, you could sink hundreds and definitely thousands into making your house smart. What if I told you your smart home is simply $16 away? Yeah, I screamed like a little girl too. I was just looking through Amazon and searched like smart home. I came across this iLucky Clover mini socket. It's under $20, and I was immediately intrigued and excited. It says it works with Amazon's Assistant, I won't say the word, and Google Assistant. I have both, so clearly I had to get it. Now it comes in snug little box with the instructions for getting it set up. It's almost shocking in its simplicity. It's a plug. It's round, you plug it into stuff, and there's a button on the side. Exciting. The part that actually is kind of exciting is they advertise this socket is small enough to not cover up the other socket. And it doesn't, which is awesome. It's small enough to where you can keep something else plugged in too. They have a rectangular one as well, a little bit like not as tall, and I'll put the link in that as you can buy either one in the description. Overall, it's a pretty forgettable aesthetic, which is actually pretty perfect. It's about 1 inch thick, so it'll jut out from the wall a little bit. But the flat white blends in at least my walls really easily. It'd be very easy to overlook and just kind of forget about. The build quality isn't anything to really write home about, but I hope you're not really like throwing it around and getting a bunch of water all over it. I mean, it's an electrical socket. It'll last long enough if you're nice to it. So setup was pretty simple. Just download the app, go through the easy mode. Well, that didn't really work for me. Luckily, they have a more advanced mode. So you press the power button so it starts blinking. You tap the connect button on the app and you're good to go. So it's still kind of easy mode. Once I got it set up and started going through the app, I was actually really impressed. I thought it was gonna be this cheesy half English app that just kind of lets you turn it on and off and that's it. But you can create scenes, you can create a schedule for each different socket you have, you can rename the sockets, the timers, you can set it to what I call vacation mode, where it turns on and off within a designated amount of time. So for example, I program it to turn on at like 9 a.m., but I add the condition where it turns on sometimes within 10 minutes of 9 a.m. So it keeps it from being like a perfect 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. schedule and gives it a feeling that actually somebody's home. It's awesome thing to use on lamps when you go on vacation, and you can still control it if you're actually not connected to the Wi-Fi network or just out of the house, and there's not even a hub required to use it either. Now, I'm pretty simple when it comes to my uses for this socket. I'm actually using it on a box fan right now. So I have both Google Home and the Echo Dot. So it was a great opportunity to see how each one handles the socket. Now, I don't have any Apple products, but they do say it will work with Siri. Now, the Google Home app was actually nice enough to let me give the socket a nickname so I can tell Google to turn off the fan. If the Echo has a way to do that, give it a nickname, I haven't really found it yet. So let me know in the comments below if you actually know how to do that so I can fix it. But this thing works completely as advertised. Google turns it off perfectly. My office is the one place I don't have an Echo or Google Assistant, so I can still use my phone, Nexus 6P, and it works perfectly. The Echo will even turn off the mini socket, which I have to do that. I will get a few more to see how it handles multiple ones. You can also turn it on and off with a button on the side. One thing to note, they do say it only works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. So I have the Google On Hub, which will do either 2.4 or 5 gigahertz, but I haven't had any issues working. Like when I yell at Google, it works perfectly fine. Which ultimately brings me to the conclusion. So honestly, this thing freaking rocks. It's $16. Seamless integration with all of my other smart home devices, and it's small enough to allow me to plug something else in. And if you get two of those rectangular ones I mentioned earlier, you should be able to fit both of those onto the same socket plate. There's no extra hub for the sockets, so nice and simple, just plug and play as it were. I can't really recommend these enough. I will definitely be buying more of them so I can control every single little thing in my house by yelling at Google. That's the dream. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you thought this was helpful, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the thumbs down if $16 is too much to start your smart home journey. Either way, let me know in the comments below how you use one of these, and I'll catch you in the next one. I was like, woo! Yeah!